Hello movie lovers! Today we're diving deep into one of Disney's most intriguing films, Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Have you ever wondered why this ambitious adventure didn't shine at the box office like its predecessors? In this video, we're going to uncover the real reason behind its failure and analyze whether Disney was truly to blame. Don't miss out, subscribe, and join me on this journey to the mysterious Lost City. Atlantis, The Lost Empire, released in 2001, is one of Disney's least remembered animated films. Despite its ambitious narrative and impressive visual style, the movie failed to resonate with audiences or achieve the commercial success that was expected. With the rise of digital animation, audiences began seeking more complex stories and nuanced characters. Audience expectations evolved, and simple narratives and character archetypes started to feel outdated. This shift led Disney to question how it could adapt its classic animation style to meet the new demands of the market. The competition wasn't just coming from Pixar. Other studios were also exploring deeper and more mature themes, forcing Disney to reconsider its creative strategy. Atlantis, The Lost Empire was conceived as an epic film that combined elements of science fiction and adventure. Director Gary Trousdale and producer Don Hahn, who had worked on classics like Beauty and the Beast, embarked on this project with high expectations. The idea was to create a narrative that explored themes of lost civilizations, ancient technology, and the clash between progress and tradition. This ambitious approach aimed to attract both children and adults, reflecting the evolution of audiences. However, from the beginning, the production faced significant challenges. One of the most obvious problems was the budget. With a production cost exceeding $100 million, Atlantis needed to generate at least $200 million at the box office to be considered a success. This financial expectation became a constant pressure throughout the production process, affecting creative decisions. The film also underwent significant changes during its development. Initially, Atlantis was planned as a musical, but this idea was scrapped in favor of a more narrative-driven approach. This change reflected Disney's internal uncertainty about how its style should evolve in a shifting market. Additionally, the lack of memorable songs, which had been a hallmark of many previous Disney films, contributed to Atlantis not resonating with audiences as expected. In this context, the production became a reflection of the internal tensions within Disney regarding its artistic and commercial identity in a transformative era. One of the most criticized aspects of Atlantis was its narrative. Unlike other Disney films with clear stories and memorable characters, Atlantis opted for a more complex and darker plot. The story focused on Milo Thatch, a young linguist who embarks on an expedition to find the legendary lost city of Atlantis. As the plot unfolds, the characters face moral dilemmas and internal conflicts that, while interesting, may have confused an audience accustomed to simpler plots. Before we continue, don't forget to like this video if you're enjoying the content. And if you want to keep exploring more secrets behind Disney movies, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Let's continue. The characters also lacked the charisma that made Disney heroes and villains famous. While some secondary characters were intriguing, such as the warrior Kida and the villain Rourke, they failed to captivate audiences in the same way as Disney classics. The lack of deep emotional development in the main characters made it difficult for many viewers to connect with them. Additionally, the depiction of Atlantis as an advanced yet vulnerable civilization was an ambitious concept that didn't translate well on screen. The complexity of the world they attempted to build often got lost in the narrative, leaving many viewers confused about the characters' motivations and personal stories. The visual style of Atlantis was another factor that contributed to its failure. Unlike Disney's traditional 2D animation style, Atlantis used a mix of 2D animation and CGI computer-generated imagery. While this innovative approach was praised by some critics, many viewers found it unsettling and unappealing. The unique aesthetic, though distinctive, failed to connect with the general audience, who were more accustomed to Disney's classic animation style. Music also played a crucial role in how the film was perceived. Unlike other Disney movies that featured memorable soundtracks and catchy songs, Atlantis lacked musical elements that could resonate with the audience. The score by James Newton Howard was well received by critics, but it did not reach the iconic level of other Disney productions. Without memorable songs that could become radio hits or be remembered by audiences, Atlantis lost a key opportunity to attract a broader audience. One of Disney's most significant mistakes was was its marketing strategy. Despite having a substantial budget to promote Atlantis, the campaign failed to capture the attention of its target audience. The film was marketed as a family adventure, but its dark tone and complex narrative did not appeal to young children or their parents. Disney tried to position Atlantis as a different option compared to its classic animated films, but this strategy backfired. Instead of attracting new viewers, many traditional fans felt alienated by the change in narrative and visual style. Moreover, the merchandising related to the film, including toys and video games, did not have the same impact as in other successful productions. Box office competition also played a crucial role. Atlantis was released during a period when other family films were dominating theaters, including blockbusters like Shrek 2001, which offered a fresh and humorous approach that resonated better with audiences. This direct competition made it difficult for Atlantis to stand out. Initial reviews of Atlantis were mixed. While some critics praised its ambition and visual style, others pointed out its narrative flaws and lack of emotional connection with the characters. This negative critical perception significantly impacted its box office performance, as many viewers chose not to watch the movie based on unfavorable reviews. The constant comparison with other animated successes also affected the public's perception. Viewers went into Atlantis expecting an experience similar to other Disney classics, only to find something different that didn't meet their expectations. Critics also noted how Atlantis seemed to attempt to cover too many themes without deeply exploring any of them. However, in the long run, some critics have re-evaluated Atlantis, recognizing its artistic ambition and thematic exploration as aspects worthy of appreciation. This phenomenon has led to a small but growing group of fans who appreciate the film for what it attempts to achieve. The failure of Atlantis, The Lost Empire, can also be attributed to broader changes in the film industry. As technology advanced, animated movies began adopting new narrative and visual approaches. The rise of Pixar and its innovative storytelling in computer animation changed audience expectations for what an animated film could offer. Disney, trying to adapt to these changes without losing its essence, found itself caught between two worlds, the traditional and the modern. This internal struggle was reflected in Atlantis, which failed to find its place in an increasingly competitive market. While Pixar was gaining ground by telling emotionally powerful stories with beloved characters through innovative technology, Disney seemed trapped trying to find its voice in this new cinematic landscape. At the end of the day, it's difficult to attribute the failure of Atlantis, The Lost Empire, to one single factor or one single entity. While it's true that Disney made strategic decisions that contributed to the final outcome, it's also important to consider the broader context in which the movie was released. Ultimately, Atlantis, The Lost Empire serves as a reminder that even the biggest studios can face significant challenges when attempting to innovate and adapt to shifting market dynamics. And there you have it, the truth behind the failure of Atlantis, The Lost Empire, and whether Disney was truly to blame. If you enjoyed this analysis, don't forget to like and share it with your friends. What do you think about the movie? Leave us a comment below. We'd love to hear your perspective. See you next time.